Good evening and welcome to Blueprint Exclusive. I'm Madhavdas G. Now, world champion Gukesh is on the receiving end of hate and racist rants after he defeated world number one Magnus Carlsen in a classical game on Sunday. This was Gukesh's first win over Carlsen in classical chess and is being dubbed by chess enthusiasts as the biggest upset of the year. First, Gukesh had to face the outburst of Carlsen, who was seen banging the table after losing to Gukesh. And now, he's being subjected to racist comments such as Magnus was distracted by a curry set and that Gukesh sent was an undebatable trait. Comments such as these have been made on hordes on Norway Chess 2025, and there are videos showing the Indian chess prodigy's victory over Carlsen. In response to those videos are many of these comments. Norway Chess has now condemned these racist comments, saying that it does not tolerate racism or hate speech in any form. Organizers of one of the most prestigious chess tournaments have also said that their team is actively moderating and removing objectionable comments. They've also urged users to flag any comment which they find unacceptable. Karishma is joining us. Karishma, that outburst of, Magnus Carlsen apart, the racist commentary that has been faced with online, now that's something that is completely unacceptable. While Norway Chess has condemned it, has distanced from that kind of commentary, the big question is that enough? And is this really what Gukesh deserves after being able to win at chess, which is what he's supposed to do?
Well, it's absolutely, Madhav. Let's not forget Gukesh is also the world champion. He's participating in Norway chess. He's created history by beating Magnus Carlsen in, classical chess for the first time ever. We saw Magnus Carlsen's reaction, but he still shook hands with Gukesh. He was, there. He banged at the table and then he walked off from that place. But the fans, so to say, of this sport are really not acceptable. What they are saying, especially to Gukesh on a social media platform. These are very, very racist comments that are being made about the world champion, about someone who is representing the nation at the global stage so gracefully, winning with his calmness and his composure against what we saw from Magnus Carlsen. Norway Chess, of course, making a statement on their social media platform and saying that they do not stand for racist comments or trolls like these who have, made these comments on the social media platform TikTok. But is that enough really is the big question. There needs to be an apology from Norway Chess to Gukesh, who is representing India at Norway Chess. He's on the verge of doing something very, very special in Norway Chess as well. After Magnus Carlsen, he also beat Indian compatriot Anju as well. So obviously he's on the verge of something very special. But this is something that cannot be acceptable in any form.
Absolutely, completely unacceptable. The kind of racist commentary that Gukesh is facing on Norwegian soil there. Thanks so much for joining us, Karishma. We'll come back to you for more updates. But let me quickly take this across to Anju Bobby George, who's the Vice President of the AFI and former Olympian, joining us on the show. Thank you so much, Anju, for joining us. How do you look at these racist rants? First, you see the image of Carlsen banging his fist on the table, and now racist commentary on Gukesh despite this win.
No, actually, we should accept the defeat. It is not the way to do. In international level, there's a talk like chess, cricket, a gentleman game. But in that also, this racism we could see in many cricket tournaments. When I was an athlete, in 2003, when I was doing the World Championships, I heard many voices, such what type of dress she is wearing, she's from India, what she's thinking, how she came into the finals. In Commonwealth Games, I heard this. This is very unfortunate that in sports, we are always talking it's above caste, above creed, above color. But still these things are happening and it's very unfortunate.
No, some of these commentary that we are seeing, the racist commentary includes comments such as commenting about, curry scent, etc. Do you see Indians as being particularly vulnerable to these kind of racist comments?
Yeah, this curry smell and all. It's very, 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 very sad to hear that. See, a person, such a talented guy, and they should talk about his talent. It's not about his color, not about his caste or
True.
his where he's coming from. And he's playing in the top level, and he defeated the world number one, and they are not ready to accept that. They're very narrow-minded people. But in sports, we should never treat a champion like this. And a country like Norway, people are actually well educated, well mannered, but still some people, narrow-minded people, are doing that. I don't think everybody will accept this.
Now, Norway Chess has come out and condemned these racist comments. Do you think that the matter should rest there?
I don't know how he will take this, or I don't think it is from his side. It is from his country side. Yeah, it will be a good this thing if he can accept that defeat, and he can say sorry for his or for his countrymen.
So, are you saying then that Magnus Carlsen should apologize?
See, that is what I said. I don't think this came from him. He was showing some discomfort, but otherwise, I don't think he was commenting this. This is from some other people, no? So for them, I don't know whether he will be ready to say sorry.
Okay.
But it's very unfortunate. That only I can say.
No, absolutely. Completely unfortunate. And of course, certainly hope that there is some corrective measures that are taken. Thanks so much for joining us, Anju Abhijot. All right, there's some more breaking updates coming in. In fact, after condemning the racism, now Norway Chess has deleted its post. This is the information coming in. They first acknowledged hate speech against Gukesh, and now there's a post that's no longer available. That's the latest update coming in on this. So Norway Chess, after first putting out that particular social media post condemning the racist rants, saying that they don't endorse all of this and saying that this is unacceptable, now of course has deleted that post. That's the latest update coming in. Let's quickly take this across to our other guest joining us. With us is Ramesh RB, Indian chess grandmaster and chess coach. With us also is Ranjit Bajaj, founder director of the Minerva Cricket Academy. Shagun Chaudhary is an Olympian and Asian Games medalist joining us on the show. Let me start with you, Ramesh RB. What do you make of this entire episode? We saw first, of course, how Magnus Carlsen, bangs his fist on the table. We saw how Anju Abhijot says that that's not, a sportsman-like behavior. But this racist commentary is something that is completely unacceptable. And what's worse is that Norway Chess has gone ahead and deleted that particular statement where it had condemned these racist rants. How do you look at all this, Mr. Ramesh?
Yeah, so I think there are a few distinctive issues here. One is the behavior of Magnus Carlsen immediately after his loss over the board, where he banned the board angrily. But I think this is more to do with the disappointment he felt with himself than it was aimed against Gukesh. I don't think he had any ill feelings towards Gukesh, but it's just more expressing the anger with himself for blowing up such a great position, which he was dominating throughout and managed to lose it towards the end. So I'm not saying I condone that behavior. In general, I normally tell my students to keep your emotions under control, irrespective of the outcome of the game. And that is your personal emotions, which you have to deal with it much later, not in public. Having said that, the other issue is about the racist comments on the social media. But I think in certain sections of the society in the West, racism is present. That's a sad way of things. And that we should not project it upon either Magnus Carlsen nor the Norwegian people or the Norwegian chess. The tournament is being organized by the Norwegian Chess Federation.
Okay.
And I believe they have apologized. They have mentioned that they'll be monitoring the social media to remove racist comments. It's very unfortunate, like some people are indulging in this.
No, but the problem, Mr. Ramesh, is that they've deleted that. And let me bring in Ranjit on that. It's one thing if Norway Chess had come out and, condemned it, the matter perhaps would have rested there. Who knows? But Ranjit Bajaj, now that they have also deleted their clarificatory post, this raises some serious questions. What is the larger message being sent out? That this kind of public racism, talking about curry scent, talking about the, certain scents of individual players, this is completely unacceptable commentary.
Madhav, not only is it unacceptable in today's age, it's a very clear indication of still how the white people think. Their mentality has been the same since the colonialism era. In fact, we were the richest country in the world before these guys came to our country. They looted us for 300 years, and then they became apparently the top 10 richest countries in the world. And now, because we have now gained independence for 100 years, and now we are going around and kicking their backside everywhere. Now they have big problems because the ones they were ruling over, their so-called minions, are now coming and beating them in their own games. In fact, I think it's time enough, because it's not, see, this Norway thing has happened and the Norwegians have been racist towards us. It's everywhere we go. Every sport is dominated by stories like this, where racism has occurred towards Indians. The moment Indians have started doing well at the world level, we are facing this. In fact, Magnus Carlsen tweeted before this match that if you come for the king, you better not miss. In fact, I think he didn't miss. He got him right where the smack was supposed to be. And that's why the frustration came out from Magnus. And not only that, I think it's a very, very clear indication of how they somehow think that they're better than us. Because losing to us, they can't, by the way, even get the spelling of scent right. It's not S-E-N-T, it's S-E-N-T.
Absolutely.
But forget about their English, which sucks, as well as their mentality.
Absolutely.
It's time to now teach them that we are the world champions, and you better learn it. We are the best in the world now. We are better
Shagun,
than you.
this is a point that has been made in the past as well. Whenever India does well, whenever Indians do well, it attracts a lot of commentary. And, why is it that there is such a lot of hate, whether it's sports, whether it's other fields, when people see Indians doing well, it just cannot be tolerated. And that mentality, that racist mentality, is clearly reflected. Is this something that you have also felt when you have competed internationally?
Hi, Madhav. First of all, a huge congratulations to Gukesh for Gukesh's win. And I personally feel this is the case of sour grapes. And it's basically how you react to your own being defeated by somebody whom you don't. But having said that, Gukesh is the reigning world champion. And Marcus did make a comment after defeating him that his fighting abilities actually got him the triumph that he did. But on a lighter note, see, we all get comments from all over, and it's basically, I think as sports people, we are mentally very, very strong to tackle them. It doesn't really affect us. And if you actually look at it in a lighter vein, then we've cracked the code. If the Indian curry scent is so distracting, then we should actually give it to the perfumeries and add it to the athlete's kit and spray it on us generously. We'll be winning golds all over the place, right? So I think we should just celebrate the win. All these things are a part and parcel of sport. And on a personal level, we did face, I was competing at a World Cup in Dorset in 2010,
right,
where there were racial remarks that were made against the Indian team. And it was taken up by the ambassador, the Indian ambassador at the time, and it was resolved. But it's just, I think it becomes a larger sort of a topic when obviously, because as Indians, we feel really bad that how can one of our own be subjected to this? But it's a part and parcel of sport. And we should just, like I said, we should just take it in our stride and move on. And what Marcus's reaction about hitting the table and all was basically a reaction to his defeat. I don't feel it was a reaction to Gukesh's winning, because if he did, he wouldn't have either shook his hand or even made a comment about his fighting abilities and congratulated him. So that's basically what it is. Just
right.
The perfumeries for a great business plan, I think.
Right. And let me bring in Mr. Ramesh back into this. Mr. Ramesh, what should be done from here on? Here you have a clarification from Norway Chess, which you were referring to. Now, that post has been deleted. I don't know if there's going to be another statement coming in from their side. But as things stand, at the moment, at least, as we are speaking, as we are debating, there is no such statement of condemnation coming in from Norway Chess. Should India not take this up officially with the various international chess bodies? Because this kind of commentary is certainly something that should not be acceptable. Norway, India, or any other country, for that matter.
First of all, I have not seen read the comments myself personally, and who has tweeted those comments. I have no personal information. So I wouldn't attribute, I'm just hoping it is not from the chess community itself or the Norwegian Chess Federation. I'm believing that the comments were passed by some individuals, random individuals on Twitter, and I don't even know about their nationality. So before I know more facts on this, it's really hard for me to condemn anyone, especially the Norwegian chess, because I've been to Norway multiple times. I know Magnus Carlsen, the Norwegian Chess Federation. They are not racist at all. So I'm just assuming these comments were passed by some random individuals on social media. So having said that, any racist comment is very hurting. And Gukesh has played remarkable chess at a tender age of 18, become the world champion, beating Magnus Carlsen in the classical chess. So he is getting better and better by the day. So I think as long as the federation or the officials or the players are passing such comments, as long as the comments are restricted to random individuals on social media, I don't see what the Indian government or the federation can do about this, apart from taking action against the individuals who pass these comments.
Right. And Ranjit, do you agree with that? Do you think that as long as it's not being done by any officials there or any players there or anyone involved in the sport per se, if it's just anonymous comments, it's best left ignored? Do you agree with Mr. Ramesh on that?
See, haters will be haters, and you just got to elevate. That means you got to be rising above this hate. But if it's actually from, the comments say that they were from the Norwegian Chess Federation's account, then they have to actually come out and fire that guy in the social media. Otherwise, you have to take it up officially. Because if it's a random person coming in saying it, you can't stop them, okay? You'll always have that mentality there. But if it's your actual federation's account saying it, then I think it should be taken up by our ambassador. Like ma'am said earlier, it was taken up by the ambassador then. It should be made into an issue, because if your official federation are commenting that we were distracted by the courage and jokes apart, it's a very, very racist comment.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Shagun Chaudhary, your views on this, because to the best of my understanding, there was a post of Norway Chess, and a lot of this commentary was in response to that post that all of these racist comments were made. What can be done in that sense?
Madhav, if the post was posted by the association, then it's quite distasteful and it should be taken up in the international sports body, because this is not the spirit of sport. I mean, it's rather, like I said, distasteful. So it has to be spoken about and it has to be taken up at a higher court, so that the other associations also kind of consider what has happened and are careful about their comments on the internet about sports people, and especially, I'm not just talking about Indians, but even from the other countries where, people who are winning and have that particular spirit are actually mentally affected by something like an association, a national association put them through.
All right, all right. We'll have to leave it there for the moment. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us. Ramesh RB, Ranjit Bajaj, Shagun Chaudhary. We'll have to see, of course, how this matter further develops and whether there is any action that is taken up formally by the Indian Association as well. Slipping into a quick break.